Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our live continuing coverage of the PABCON Champion of Champions here in the Kegel Training Center. Lucas Wiseman here with you as we get started with the final 3 games of the mixed doubles event. The pattern is now Montreal, 41 feet. Medium pattern and a little higher scoring than this morning's pattern should be. Although the scores were pretty decent this morning for a few of the players. Liz Johnson shot 717 for 3 games this morning on Beijing. Andres Gomez had a 728 individual tally. And the standings after 3 games this morning, the United States in first place, 1352. They're ahead by 23 on Brazil. Colombia is third at 1322, 30 pins off the lead. So very tightly bunched group at the top of the standings. In the race for the mixed doubles medals. Got cameras all over the place for you. This is the pair with Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela on it. And of course, our pair here with United States, Colombia, and Canada. We've also got a camera on 11 and 12, which is Brazil, Dominican, and Guatemala. There's Marcelo Swartz. And a camera down on 1 through 4, which we'll use a little bit later on the last game to give you a look as we are in the medal hunt. Steve Smith stepping up for his first frame shot. John Janowitz, Team USA member and Cupcake Delivery Man, is sitting in now, joining the broadcast. Good afternoon, JJ.
Hey, how's it going, Lucas?
Pretty good.
Good, excellent.
Glad you were able to get permission from your boss to come and hang out with us for a little bit this afternoon.
Yeah, John Thrift is a good guy. He gave me a little time to be able to come down, but I don't want to stay too long because I actually have kind of packing for another trip here, and so
headed out.
Yep, leaving for Hong Kong on Monday actually, because I have to do a pre-inspection for the Asian Championships. So that's coming up in September. So yeah, just making sure I kind of got everything as far as lane monitors and lane mappers, and what bowling balls I want to use to test patterns with, and so between that and then bowling a tournament in Orlando this weekend, there's kind of a lot of luggage that got to be packing. So I'm kind of in the middle of doing that right now.
Long trip to Hong Kong, doing the old Orlando, Detroit, Hong Kong route.
Yep. You got it. Yep, Delta Special.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are frequent flyers. We know the schedules like the back of our hand.
Hey, exactly. Yep.
That's good. That's another step towards your frequent flyer status for next year.
Yeah,
I'm sure you get the diamond or something.
Well, I was fortunate enough to get the diamond actually this year, so that part was kind of nice. But like I said, I think I'm at silver right now, so this will get me a little bit closer to gold.
Well, we're in the 4th game of the mixed doubles event, and the United States is leading. Brazil 2nd and Colombia 3rd. Did you get to watch any this morning, JJ?
Just a little bit, just a little, little here and there. Not really too much though. And like I said, just kind of spending a little bit of the morning getting, like I said, doing some more packing. And I was testing the lane monitor, so didn't really get to see too much, honestly. So.
Well, we're on the Montreal pattern, 41 feet this afternoon. And hello to Rocio, who says hi in our chat.
Yeah, hi Rocio.
And
miss you.
So it's Montreal, 41 feet, but the players have all seen this pattern. We bowled on it yesterday, but the difference today is that the men and the women are both bowling together. Mm-hmm. How do you think that affects things as far as how the pattern might play today?
Yeah, transition definitely seems like could be a little different. Like I was actually speaking with Liz after the squad, and she actually said she actually ended up moving right. So like I said, I could definitely see a little different type of breakdown with the women and the men together. So that's like unfortunately I didn't get to see enough to really see exactly what had happened in the morning. But I'll be able to watch for a little while now and see how they kind of transition.
Well, Liz Johnson bowled great this morning, 717. Steve Smith had 635 to lead the way. And Steve said he was going to kind of ride on Liz's coattails, and that's kind of what happened this morning. And now Steve stepped up. There was a double here. Both players for the U.S. with doubles to start. Yeah,
I expect Steve to definitely bowl pretty good because he bowled actually for pretty good on the medium pattern yesterday too. So I think he'll definitely contribute to the cause.
Venezuela has really struggled so far today. Only 531 for Karen Marcano and only 626 for Emleto this morning. So they have a lot of ground to make up this afternoon.
Yep. Well, this pattern definitely proved to be pretty strikeable yesterday. So I think should be able to definitely be able to make up a little bit of ground. Hopefully, and hopefully they will. I'm sure they will.
Paola with a double to start. I think the scores should be a little bit higher this afternoon. Not sure what you think about that. I guess this one, the general consensus was that this was a little bit higher scoring pattern.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had heard from a few of the players too. That it seemed like you had a few more ways to attack this pattern. You could go a little straighter. You could hook it a little bit more. It seemed like it was a little bit more open down the lane. Where with the short pattern, it seemed like when you started using a little too much angle, that's where it got pretty tricky, and especially got pretty tricky from pair to pair. So that combination of a lot of urethane balls going down the lane and with some of the resins kind of created some interesting transitions, to say the least.
Question in the chat, is Beijing the one they were being forced to play up the gutter? Yeah, that was this morning.
Yeah, that's correct.
Most of them played right.
I haven't seen too many people try to play like really far right on this pattern. It seemed like they were on the Beijing. They seemed they were a little more, actually kind of a little more between like 5 and 10 more than anything else instead of outside of 5. So I think maybe because it seemed like they might have seen a little bit of hang with the heavier volume. It wouldn't surprise me, especially when we start getting a little too close to 1-2. The ball definitely didn't seem to want to spark back really well at all.
See if Liz can keep it perfect for the afternoon block. Well, that singles gold medal's not weighing her down at all. She's picked up the hardware during the break. She's still firing strikes out there.
Oh, yeah.
Liz bowled pretty good on this pattern yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Especially when they started to break down a little bit, she really got it going on.
Yeah, she seemed like she struggled a little bit on the fresh kind of on both patterns. She was a little slow to start. I noticed kind of yesterday too, but once they kind of transitioned it, first, second transition that kicked in, she really got lined up and just made it look just dead easy.
Roseli Santos from Brazil, she bowled well this morning, 649 for her in the morning session, and Marcelo had 680. That's put them in second place. I think 649 a good total for Santos. She struggled a little bit in the singles. See if Steve can keep the Americans perfect. Looks good.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
Kicked out the 10. It's always nice to get out of the gates with the 3-bagger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always good to get out with a good fresh start to be able to loosen up the swing a little bit, get lined up quick, and also to be able to have the carry, too. It definitely helps as opposed to the infamous 35 in the third.
Canadians really struggled in the last game this morning. They only shot .333 and dropped from 3rd to 9th in one game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and a little bit better so far this game for them. Take a look at Paola Gomez trying to stay perfect as well. That was not going to strike.
Yeah, a little high for 4-pin.
Looked like it was a little slow, perhaps.
Yeah.
Someone says in the chat, I've never seen Andres Gomez playing this straight. He doesn't look too comfortable out there.
I do have to say, being that Andres lives in Fort Lauderdale and I live right here in Winter Haven, I definitely crossed with him in more than enough tournaments in West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando area, and he's actually gotten really good at going pretty straight. I mean, obviously his bread and butter game is the slow wheel, but he's actually gotten really pretty good at going pretty straight. But yeah, it seems like on this pattern, you seem like you can go away a little bit to some degree, but I haven't seen too many people doing that. They're still trying to keep their angles a little bit more closed. I think just until the first transition kicks in place, and then after that point, I think then they should be able to, be able to bump in a little bit, and then be able to freewheel it a little more.
Fourth frame for Liz. Hasn't missed yet. That was a no-doubter right there.
Yeah.
It's a high, hard one.
Yeah. That was a strike at the dots.
Again, Team USA in the lead. Brazil second. Colombia third. Puerto Rico in fourth, and the Dominican in fifth.
So what did you have for lunch today, Lucas?
Had a panini from the Kegel Deli.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Nice.
Very
I only
good.
made it through about half of it, though. They have large sandwiches over there.
Yeah. Their sandwiches tend to be a little oversized.
But quite good.
Good.
Highly recommend it. Deseret sending a pin across the deck that misses.
Yeah.
See if Steve Smith can maintain his perfect start as well. The Americans are 7 for 7 so far today in this squad.
There we go.
8 for 8 now for Team USA.
Yeah, they're both playing them. Obviously, Steve's hooking it a little bit more, but they're both playing them pretty close to around 10. Looks like Steve's a little closer to about 12, 13. If the arrow's going out to about 8, Liz is a little closer to about 8, 9, 10. So in lane 12 there, Menino's got the old 4-count washout.
Oh, yeah. See if we can get a look at that here.
Yeah.
There it is. It's an ugly one.
Yeah. That's when you don't get at least half the pins on the first ball. That's kind of a tough one.
Yeah, it's 4-4.
Yep.
Never like to see double fours on the board.
Yeah, pair of fours. A little bit better in Vegas, but Lake Wales, Florida is not very good.
No, it's not, especially on a spare.
Yeah.
Santos off to a bit of a rough start here for Brazil, back-to-back open frames. But Marcelo's got the front three.
Yep. It's all about team.
Help.
Yep. There we go. Rosalie just got a strike, so on the scoreboard.
Ernesto today, 5:58 this morning. Spare double to start the afternoon squad.
Yeah.
So, JJ, you said you're going to Orlando to bowl a tournament this weekend. Does that mean you're not going to be around tomorrow for the finals?
Yeah, I will. Unfortunately, I will not be around tomorrow. Yeah, because there's bowling Eric Ramos. He's having his Southern Shootout, and it's going to pay a pretty good field. There's going to be quite a few exempt guys coming down, and probably slated to pay somewhere between like 6,000 and 8,000 first.
Wow.
So
it's pretty awesome.
Yep. They got 2 squads. First one's at 9, and then the second one's at 1 p.m. So they cut half the field. And basically, it's kind of ends up working as a qualifying. You cut half the field, and then they get to the semis and end up cutting an X amount, and then they cut again, bowl another 5-game blocks, and pins carry over. So it's a 4th time he's holding this tournament. He does a great job with it. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. But yeah, with the way the scheduling and everything works, if I bowl pretty well, I'm going to pretty much miss everything, including the party afterward. So
that's
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you do miss it because we want you to bowl well.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Dan McClellan also hasn't missed yet this game. It's 4th frame for him. So 3 of the 6 players on that pair have the front 4.
Yeah.
Marcelo Swartz
looks like
also
he's a little
has front
farther
4.
in there, just from the viewpoint. Looks a little closer toward 15. 15 out to about 8.
On the training center website. Okay.
Get Liz off to the far right of the screen. Lucas, what is your take on two-handed bowlers? I think that two-handed bowlers are great, and I'm awfully jealous of their abilities.
Yeah, they definitely have a way to open up a lane like nobody else can, that's for sure.
That's true. Although I've seen you open up the lane a little bit.
Well, every once in a while I can get my 280 RPM rev rate to really create an extra board left and right. So
you open the lane up vertically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because as I'm getting older, horizontal is becoming less and less of an option. Yeah, good shot by Amleto. Probably like around 17 to 10.
Still waiting for Steve to bowl. They're trying to do the double jump here this week.
Okay.
It's not worked too well, I don't think.
No.
And the double jump is great. It's the lane courtesy. It's great when it works right, but when it's not being followed properly, it can actually, I think, go slower.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And especially with with 6 on a pair, that could definitely bring everything to a screeching halt.
By the way, if you guys see the camera shaking, there's not an earthquake here in Lake Wales. It's somebody knocking the table where the the cameras are. So sorry about that. Had all the cameras spread out a little bit here so we can get the best views possible. Here's Steve trying to make it 5 for 5 this game. Looked like it was in a little bit, but it held pocket pretty good.
Yep.
Team USA 10 for 10.
Yes.
That's a pretty awesome start.
5-bagger for the Steve Smith.
That's right. Superman.
Yep.
And LJ with the front 5 as well. And here is Marcelo trying to make it the front 5 for him as well. I don't think he liked it too much, but it still strikes.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I tell you. When he's trying to make up, at 680 in the morning, kind of brought his tournament average down a little bit. So I think he's trying to make up for some ground.
Exactly. Meshka with the front 5 as well. A lot of strikes out there right now, isn't there?
Jeez.
Striking it up. Here's Almy.
Yeah.
Almy, who twisted her ankle playing frisbee yesterday.
Oh, no.
And she showed me a picture of it, and it looked like there was a grapefruit in her ankle.
Oh,
It was
jeez.
swollen up that bad. So she's been trying to keep it elevated, but she bowled pretty good this morning, 668.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe she should twist her ankle more often.
Gotta work on the other ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Dan with the front four. Got another one.
Yep.
And right in front of us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with the front five.
Yeah.
And Andres Herrera of Guatemala has the front four.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this many players with this big of a string.
No,
week.
not.
This is pretty unusual.
Yeah. Especially not on the short pad, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Scores were a little tempered this morning, but they are clearly going to be higher,
Yeah.
at least initially,
Yeah.
this afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, lanes are looking pretty hot. Even I might have 77 in the fourth if I was out there rolling.
Here's Herrera with the front four for Guatemala. And Sofia Granda also bowling well. Open four-bagger for Sofia, his teammate.
There's Andres.
Yep. Front five for Andres.
Yep. Another member of the five-bagger front five club.
Nazareth. That one's a little in of where she probably wants to be. Let's see if Liz can make it a six-pack. She going to crack it open? No, something came and wiggled it, but didn't get it down.
Yep.
Is that a 4-pin?
Yep, 4-pin, yep. Just pinched it, just a pinch, just a little.
Just enough to keep it from carrying, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Although it wanted to go down, there was something that kind of flew across the deck and looked like it might try to grab it.
Yeah.
Well, Liz, the first one to end the string out of our front five club, as JJ put it.
Yes. See how many members we get. How many members we get after this frame?
Yeah. We're approaching the halfway point of the quest for the Holy Grail. We haven't had one yet. Andres Gomez has gotten close a couple times, but nobody able to finish the deal. But with only with a small field here and a small number of games, it's really hard to get perfect games thrown.
Yeah.
Talented field, but when it's a small field with a small amount of games, it makes it hard.
Yep.
Steve Smith.
There we go. First member of the front six club.
Who's going to be next to go? It's going to be Ernesto.
Yep.
Ernesto spare four-baggers. Although he didn't strike in the first, he's having a good game.
Yep.
Oh, read 10. Dan McClellan trying to get in the club, the front six.
That's pretty flush.
Yeah, no doubt about that one.
Yeah, that shot was that was pretty pure.
Well, Neshka and Marcelo exhibiting how the double jump rule does not work, as they are both going at the same time with the front five for both of them, and they are, I think, exactly at the same time. Yep. So we'll show. You can see Marcelo on the far right, both of them.
I don't think that worked out real well for either one of them there.
At the team trials, we show the video, and there's an X when somebody goes and they're not supposed to. They both get the red X for that one.
Get the old Family Feud. Yeah, exactly.
See if Marcelo can make the Greek church.
Yep.
Nope. Pins bounce around a little bit here, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, there's many time you see messengers come off and take the 3-6-10 out, and rolling 2-4-8-10s out. Yeah, it's you never know what can happen.
Liz back on track.
Yep.
She's bowled so good this week, which is not abnormal for her, but she's really throwing the ball pretty good, I think.
Yeah, her game really looks pretty sharp right now. So.
That's good news for her because the U.S. Women's Open isn't too far from now, only about 6 weeks or so.
Right.
So, good time for Liz to be throwing the ball well.
Oof.
Brutal 7-pin there for Karen. Things just have not gone well for the Venezuelans today.
Yeah, they've had a
on the
rough day.
Outside looking in that top 8 for the Masters.
Yeah, definitely a rough day at the ranch.
Let's see who's going to be the next one with this long string to go. Looks like it's going to be the Guatemalan, Andres. Although Steve Smith about to be up here as well. Take a look at Gomez.
There we go. Starting to get on track now for Andres.
Herrera with the front 5 for Guatemala. Guatemala with 10 out of 11 strikes so far this game between the two of them.
Yep, off to a hot start.
Yeah, I'm going to roll it.
Nope. No.
Quickly over to Steve Smith, front 6.
Yep, about 12 to 8. Yep.
It's pretty solid. Not really crossing a whole lot of boards.
Nope.
Doesn't really need to be.
No, he's keeping it direct. His ball speed, that's definitely one of the things he can definitely do very well. He definitely can keep it on line.
Another blowout 7.
Yeah, back-to-back blowout 7-10s on that pair, or 7s on that pair.
See a lot of strange carry in this building.
Yeah, that's a funny part is all the times of practice here. You seem to see more smash 7s a lot of times for right-handers than you do like ring 10s. It's kind of strange. Sometimes the pin carry gets so fast where just pins start going to the top.
Yeah, it's interesting the characteristics of different bowling centers. Even the ITRC, the International Training and Research Center. I tell you, I have never once carried a light 7 in that place. Never once. It's unbelievable. Marcelo gets back on track after the open in the 6th. And Dan McClelland trying to hang around with Steve Smith and pick up the front 7 here. I see JJ looking at the watch. He might be heading out.
No, just kind of monitoring.
Front 7 now for Dan McClelland. So 2 players on that pair with the front 7. Somebody commenting in the chat about the intensity of Almiguera. And yes, she is always very intense.
Yep.
We're talking a couple days ago she was on, and she won the World Cup back-to-back.
That's pretty incredible there.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible feat there.
And everybody told me they've never seen somebody so intense and intent on winning a tournament as they saw her in South Africa in November. She works really hard at her game and pays off.
How many people have ever done back-to-back at the World Cup? Was she the first, or have there been?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to look.
Yeah, be curious to know.
It's a hard tournament to win back-to-back.
Yeah.
It's hard to win back-to-back because a lot of the countries have qualifying for it. And
it's not always you see the same people be having a chance to come back again.
Exactly.
Much less be able to win it. Coming back is just even half the issue.
World Cup this year is going to be in Poland, and that's Team USA representatives are going to be Marshall Kent and Danielle McEwen.
Yep.
Good year for them. They get to go to Thailand for the World Youth, and they get to go to Poland for the World Cup.
Yeah, just got to meet the Europe and Asia quota for the summer.
Yeah.
Summer and the fall there.
They're going to have some frequent flyer miles by the end of the year for sure.
Yeah, they might pass you there, Lucas, if they keep this up.
Close.
I tell you.
I don't get to go to Thailand for the World Youth because U.S. Women's Open's the exact same time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will not be in Thailand either.
Yeah,
so.
It's going to hinder my earning ability as far as frequent flyer miles go. Looks like Steve's taking a re-rack. seems to like to take re-racks. And the updated standings have been posted on the tournament website. You can find that link on bowl.com. The standings from this morning's session. Well, certainly no shortage of strikes this afternoon.
Nope, not at all.
Across the board here.
Can't see the first two pairs, but we do have Dan and Steve Smith still perfect after 7. Steve getting ready to go up here in the 8th frame. Lane 7.
Yeah, let's see if Steve can get another one.
There we go.
Steve's starting to feel it a little bit, I think. You can tell from the emotion, just the facial expressions that he, I think he feels like he wants to contribute a little more after Liz beat him by, 80 pins this morning.
Yeah. Steve struggled a little bit so far on the short pattern, but actually this has been this medium's definitely been very good for him. So he's definitely contributing in a big way so far.
Marcelo in the 8th frame. Brazil in 2nd place after 3 games today. Marcelo started with the front 5, had the open in the 6th, and now a double. Azarette in the 7th, leaves the 9 pin, and Paola gets a strike. Colombians are bowling pretty well this game as well.
Yes, they are.
Paola with 127 in the 6th and a double, and Andres with 128 in the 6th and a double. So putting together a good team game. Not quite as good as the Americans, though.
No.
Team USA, they could shoot 579 if they punch out.
15 out of 16 usually keeps you in the lead.
Dan McClellan keeps it going at the front 8.
That shot was pretty good. That was like a bar of ivory soap. That was 99 and 44 100% pure there, I tell you.
Nice. Breaking out some like Randy Peterson-esque references there. Don't let that get hot. He might try to steal that from you.
Yeah. Yeah, his ball's definitely doing the right thing right now.
Yeah, both Steve and Dan have, as well as Liz, have a pretty excellent ball reaction. And Andres is joining the club with a 4-bagger. And Paola's ball reaction pretty good as well. So have definitely made 7 and 8 look pretty easy here this first game, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah, it looks like even if both of us were bowling, we might even have 420 for 2.
I'd have 420 by myself with my handicap. Liz in the 9th.
Oh, wow.
Right in front of it, huh? See that a lot. It actually went in front of it and then bounced off the wall and then spun around on the deck.
Yep.
Just to add insult to injury.
Yep.
Dr. J. Gray wants to know if the World Youth is going to be live streamed. It will not, as far as I know. It won't be done on Bowl TV, unfortunately, because we'll be live streaming the U.S. Women's Open. So I will be in beautiful Reno, Nevada.
All right.
Which actually is a pretty nice place to be in
summertime.
June. Yeah. Really beautiful.
Absolutely.
Great backdrop with the mountains and everything.
Yep.
Reno gets a bad rap from a lot of people, but it's really not that bad of a place.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better over the years.
Oh, yeah. They definitely cleaned up the downtown area significantly in the last five years or so. And also, when Tahoe's right there, too, that's always never a bad thing.
San Francisco's not too far away.
Yep. Made that drive once or twice.
Me too. Nice drive through the mountains. The Open and the Women's Championships from USBC are going to be in Reno coming up next year. So more information on that on bowl.com/tournaments. Do the online registration if you're interested.
Also in June, usually you don't have to worry about the pass being snowed out, too, if you want to go to
Exactly.
Tahoe, which
Yeah.
I know if bowling the Nationals more than enough times in April, that was not an option during my dead time.
I've even seen it snow in the valley in Reno in May before. I've been there bowling. You just never know.
Yeah.
Looks like Steve is up on the right lane coming up here in just a second. He's going to take his time. Steve does take his time, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's very deliberate.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look at Karen Marcano. She just has not been in a very good rhythm here this week, it seems.
I think that ball's a little too clean for the front part of the lanes, being a little too responsive off the dry too. I don't think it's helping her loosen up her swing either.
Front 9 for Steve Smith.
Yep.
And we'll have some fireworks heading into the 10th frame. Guaranteed. It's just a matter of whether we'll have 2 sets of fireworks.
Yes, yeah.
Because Dan McClellan has a chance to get the front 9 as well. Here's Dan right now. Front 8. Trying to match Steve Smith and get into the 10th frame with the front 9. Nice. These guys are putting on a little exhibition right now.
Yep.
It's Dan and Steve's world. We're just living in it.
Yep, that's right. Oh, Paolo with a trip 4 from behind. Potential 247.
Tenth frame coming up for Liz Johnson, so Liz can still shoot 258 this game, which will potentially pale in comparison to her teammate.
Yeah.
But they have a big game going here, regardless of what happens in the 10th frame.
Yeah, they can definitely blow this one open with 2 to go. Oh.
7 pin for Liz, so that'll put her in the 240s with a spare. 247 her max score. Again, Steve Smith and Dan McClellan both with the front 9 here in this 4th game of mixed doubles.
Sophia Granda with a spare potential 8-bagger here. Yep, spare 8-bagger.
Yep.
Going for 278.
She's got the feel going again. Andres Gomez can punch out this game for 248. He had an open early on in the game, but has thrown 6 consecutive strikes. So we watch Liz Johnson convert her spare here in the 10th. And again, Steve Smith and Dan McClellan both with the front 9. And their 10th frames are coming up just a minute or 2. So for those of you who are just joining us, may have seen the post on Facebook. I'm Lucas Wiseman along with Team USA member John Janowitz. We are in Game 4 of the mixed doubles event here at the PABCON Champion of Champions. Team USA's Steve Smith with the front 9. Team Canada's Dan McClellan with the front 9. Andres Gomez in the 10th frame, working on 6 in a row. Scores very high this first game. Andres strikes again.
Yep. Let's get the last one to shut her sister out by one pin.
Yeah, Andres and Paola are brother and sister. And right now they're bowling a big game as well. They'll be in the neighborhood of 500 for
Good start.
both of them if they can get a double out of Paola in the 10th. Liz with the fill ball. 247 going to be a great start for Liz. She only had 3 9 spares in the game, so 246.
Yep.
So a very solid game for LJ.
Yep. Oh. Sean Perez with the big wheel.
Puerto Rican Lefty John Perez.
Yep. Silver medalist in the singles. Working on a potential 255.
So Steve Smith about to be up. Take a little bit closer look at Steve as he gets ready for the 10th frame. Team USA, Steve Smith, the front nine here in Game 4 of mixed doubles at the Championship of the Champions. Does he have another one?
Yeah.
Front 10.
Nice shot.
So Steve with the front 10. Dan McClellan from Canada with the front 9. Some fireworks here in the 4th game of the mixed doubles on Montreal pattern. That one looked pretty good, huh, JJ?
Yeah, that was pretty solid.
I think that pretty much all of his shots have been pretty solid
Yeah,
in the pocket this game.
Yeah, I don't really recall hardly seeing any light hits at all. So yeah, he's been flushing quite a few.
Team USA in the lead in the mixed doubles after the first 3 games this morning. And they will certainly stay in the lead and probably extend their lead a little bit here this game. Steve Smith trying to make it 11 in a row to start the game. Oh, a 10-pin. Nice run by Steve.
Yep.
Made a good shot, though.
Oh, man, made a very good shot. Yep. That was always the hit that I always had the most troubles with the 11th one. I don't know, for whatever reason. The 10th one wasn't too bad, but it's just for whatever reason the 11th.
But there's still some drama left this game because Dan McClellan will have a shot at a perfecto here in just a minute. As he has the front 9 as well. So Steve Smith with 289.
Yep.
Steve Smith 289 and Liz Johnson 246. A great start to the afternoon session for Team USA.
Good 5:35 to start the day out with.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I'll take my chances on that.
Pretty solid effort from Team USA. See Dan McClelland here. Dan is going to be the next one with a chance in our first 300 game of the tournament. He's just waiting for his teammate Felicia Wong to finish up. She finishes with 181. And a big shot coming up here for Paula Gomez. She's working on 3 in a row, entering the 10th frame. She can strike out for 247, and her brother Andre shot 248, so they'd be in the 490s if she can double here in the 10th.
He's got a hook.
Yep, wash out. So now we'll focus the attention on Dan as he gets geared up for the 10th. Nine in a row to start this game for Dan McClellan.
Yep.
Another pure shot right there.
Yep. Definitely a dead stroke right now.
I think a lot of his strikes have just been all 10 back. Not much on the deck after the ball goes through him.
Yeah.
Dan McClellan, front 10. Mixed doubles medals being awarded today, along with all events medals and national all events. And tomorrow morning, starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, match play portion of this tournament will get underway. So be sure to tune in with us tomorrow morning, starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time for match play, as we watch Dan McClellan at the front 10. Oh, and he leaves a 10 pin as well.
Yep. 2 ring 10s for 289.
That's it's disappointing. I thought we were going to have one there.
Yeah.
So both of them are going to finish with 289. But great start to the afternoon block for both of them. Oh, he misses it, so 288.
All right.
288 for Dan McClellan, 289 for Steve Smith. Good stuff. Should note the Puerto Ricans are bowling a great game.
Yeah, they're just kind of...
Yeah, 242 for Neshka, and John Perez can shoot 245.
Yep, potential 490, 497 here, just kind of quietly sneaking up the ladder.
They were in 4th place coming into this game. So they should help their total a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably will
also
potentially move them up a spot.
Guatemala also quietly sneaking a potential 500 game also as well for 2.
Yeah, let's take a look at Sofia Grando, who can strike here for the back 11 this game.
Yep. 277.
Week 10, 277 after the open in the first frame. Otherwise, we could have potentially had her going for 300.
Yeah, I tell you.
John Perez, second shot in the 10th.
Oh, yeah.
So, the Puerto Ricans going to be at 97 with a strike on the fill. And Marcelo Swartz from Brazil, 227. Whereas Elis Santos, his partner, can only shoot
191.
191.
Yep.
Fill ball here for Perez. Fills it up in the 10th, 255. He's bowled very well so far this week. In the hunt for the All-Events medal, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
Santos gets 6, leaves the 2-4-5-7, but the 7 is kind of awkwardly slid a little bit over.
2-4-5, 7.5.
Yeah. And Andres Herrera with a chance for Guatemala here to shoot 233. That would give them 500 for the first game.
Yep.
I figured we'd have high scores this afternoon. I didn't necessarily know that they would be this high.
Yeah.
This is really high.
Yeah, it's pretty definitely off to a hot start, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm kind of curious now when they change pairs and how transition, they get to follow other people, see how long it takes for some of them to get lined up, where they get lined up right away, or there'll be maybe a 2 or 3 frame buffer period there. Even though just kind of from what I'm seeing from these couple pairs that are in front of us here, most of them tend to be in a pretty close general zone. It's usually don't see too many Lone Rangers that are striking, playing 5, shooting 270. So they're, most of the balls are all pretty much going to that same spot down the lane, probably around 8, 9, 10 down the lane. So like I say, the path of getting there varies a little bit, but not quite as much. So I expect a good scoring pace to continue.
And the Brazilians are going to be the ones who kind of get left behind a little bit here this game, because they're not even going to get to 400. And people are shooting 500, 535 around you. You're going to lose some ground in a hurry.
Yep, absolutely.
Brazil was in second place before that game. I'm not sure where they'll be after it. As we're just finishing up the last couple of shots here of Game 4. And then we'll have a feature for you on the bowling combine. Azarette gets the strike for 206. So Mexico shoots 435.
Yeah, a clean 206 at that.
Yeah. In fact, Ernesto clean as well with his 229. Yeah. And Leto clean as well, 226 with a strike. He gets 8 for 224. So we're going to take a quick break. Back in about 2.5 minutes after this feature on the bowling combine.
It's a chance to make their mark. Last year, more than 70 college hopefuls packed into the International Training and Research Center, all hoping to impress the gathering of top coaches who came to assess their talent.
I definitely am learning a lot. It's just great to be able to actually see my speed and know for sure where exactly my ball exited the pattern and what my entry angle was. All of that's great. It's just great knowledge to have.
I thought that this was a great experience for everybody in high school, that wants to bowl in college. It measures everything pretty much that goes on. This is going to make everybody so much better because they're going to know what they have to work on when they go home to get better.
There will certainly be enough data. The bowling combine for college prospects puts these kids through the paces, from athleticism to spare shooting, shot repetition to personality testing. The ITRC is a one-stop shop.
Well, I think the facility matters a lot because you're going to get collection of data from computer-aided tracking information for shot repeatability and speed control. Also having the videos, when we see the data collection, we're going to get a good idea of the holistic picture, the whole complete. I think it's a great concept.
If they had it every other month, I'd probably be here every other month if I knew there were going to be different kids here, because this does allow us a big opportunity to see all these talented kids in one place under different conditions, where in other situations you go and you see them at one tournament and you can't turn around and go back out to another place to see them again. So I think this is awesome. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for the coaches and for the athletes.
It's a chance for colleges to choose kids and for kids to choose a college. Both sides are looking for that right fit, and it may not necessarily be about who knocks down the most pins.
The number one thing we look for is potential. We're looking for somebody with strong academics as well as potential for bowling. Doesn't mean that they're great at the moment, but we're looking for key components that will lead them in the future with training to be the best that they could be.
To find out more about future programs and how you can get involved, simply go to bowl.com/combine.
Liz Johnson up as we get started with Game 5 of 6 in the mixed doubles competition. Thanks to John Chanowitz for sitting in that first game with us. He had to leave us to go get some work done, but he said he may be able to make it over for game number 6 if he gets enough done. John Perez of Puerto Rico up on the left lane. Got an email during the break from Hazel McCleary from Canada. Say hello to Hazel, who's watching back home in Canada. Hazel, we miss you. Sorry you weren't able to make the trip this time around. Well, no shot at a 300th game this time around for Steve Smith as he leaves the double wood in the first frame. Marcano, strike in the first for Venezuela. Liz Johnson easily leads the women's all events total by almost 300 pins. Sofia Granda and Paola Gomez are virtually even. It's 1 pin differential between the two of them for the silver. And then Almiguera is 100 pins back in 4th place in the women's all event standings. In the men's all event standings, Marcelo Swartz still leads the way. Can't see the rest of those standings, however. Here is Amleto Monticelli, recent USBC Hall of Fame inductee. All right, we're just running to get some results here. Got 2 games to go in the mixed doubles. Liz Johnson and Steve Smith, Team USA, lead by 106 pins now over Colombia. The Colombians in second at 1781. The Americans at 1887. So 106 pin lead for Team USA. Puerto Rico in third, 10 pins back of second. Brazil is fourth, and they are 45 pins behind third place. Guatemala is fifth. Curacao in 6th place. Canada 7th. Dominican 8th. Costa Rica 9th, and Argentina in 10th. In the men's all events, we mentioned the women's all events. The men's all events, Marcelo Swartz at 38-35 leads by 92 pins over Puerto Rico's John Perez in the all events race. Andres Gomez is third, and Andres 13 pins behind John. And then it drops down to Dan McClelland, who is 62 behind third place. And Steve Smith, virtually out of medal contention in the all events at this stage. It's about 160 back, despite the 289 game. Steve, spare strike to start this game. Dan McClelland started with a strike and trying to turn it into a double after shooting 288 last game. And Messenger goes across in front of the 10. So we will not make a run at 300 this game. Over on 11 and 12, Ernesto Franco started with a double, now a 2-4-10 split. Karen Marcano and Aneto Monticelli both have started with doubles in this game, as has John Perez from Puerto Rico. Good to see John Perez off in the distance there with another strike for the front three. Let's go down to the low end. Got to look at Marcelo Swartz from Brazil. Got that camera down there just in case in the final game there's any of the teams that are in medal contention are down there. And as of right now, it will be Puerto Rico and Brazil that will be down on those pairs in the last game, as well as Guatemala. The race for the gold seems to be at this stage in the hands of Team USA. They're up by 106, but anything could happen in these final two games. Strike spare to start for Liz Johnson. That one looked like it was a little left off her hand. Maybe came over the top of it just a little bit and leaves the 4-9 split. Appreciate everybody tuning in with us this afternoon here on Bowl TV. PABCON Champion of Champions from the Kegel Training Center in Lake Wales, Florida. I'm Lucas Wiseman of the United States Bowling Congress, and appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us here as Liz makes the 4-9 split. Everything has gone Liz Johnson's way today. Andres Gomez, little balk action here. Andres with a double to start this game, but he's going to back off and wait. While we have a break in the action, I want to remind you to follow USBC on Twitter, twitter.com/USBC. Just tweet at us anytime at USBC. Follow me on Twitter as well, twitter.com/Lucas_Wiseman, at Lucas_Wiseman. Here's Andres now with the double to start. Quite a few folks tweeting at me today. Appreciate all the tweets. I do read all of your tweets when they come in, so feel free to tweet at me anytime. Steve Smith, third frame. Steve with 6:35 in the morning session today and 2:89 to start here in the afternoon session. Leaves the 4-pin. Jose sends me a tweet, wants to know the women's all-event standings after 4 games. Sure, Liz Johnson is on her way to the gold medal in the women's all-events. She leads with 3.772, 37.72 for Liz Johnson. Sofia Granda of Guatemala is in second place at 34.79. And just one pin behind that is Paola Gomez of Colombia at 34.78. Almi Guerra of the Dominican is fourth at 33.78. So Almi 100 pins back of third. Azeret Zetter of Mexico in 5th place at 32.67. Karen Marcano in 6th. Neshka Cardona of Puerto Rico in 7th, and Felicia Wong in 8th place. And the top 8 in the all-event standings will make it to the individual masters tomorrow morning. And right now the cutoff for that is Felicia Wong in 8th. She's got a 6-pin lead on Viviana Delgado of Costa Rica, who is 9th. And on the men's side, Manino Fernandez of the Dominican is in 8th place, with Alberto Lozano 25 pins back in 9th place. And McClellan with a 10-pin in the 3rd. So the scoring pace has slowed down just a little bit here for the players on that pair. John Perez with the front 4. John Perez is 92 pins back of Marcelo Swartz in the all-event standings. So just 2 games to go. John knows he needs to bowl 2 big games if he wants to win the all-events gold medal. Amuleto with the front 4. So both Venezuelans with the front 4 this game. Andres, his run of strikes comes to an end with the 2-pin here in the 4th frame. Neshka Cardona in the 5th. Neshka missed the single pin in the 4th frame. Let's see what Liz does here in the 4th after making the 4-9 split last time. A little bit better shot there out of LJ. Team USA coach this week, Kim Terrell-Kearney, sitting in. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
So you feel like your players are both lined up pretty good and you can kind of relax a little bit right now?
I think so. They're definitely been both striking quite a bit, and the cross has been a little tricky from pair to pair and lane to lane. So just kind of going on what we've learned over the last couple of days. I think that they'll figure out. We'll start putting some together right here.
John Perez continues to strike for Puerto Rico. You guys had a big start, 5:35, that last game for the afternoon session. That had to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think, Steve was able to loosen up a little bit, and, Liz is doing her thing. So, yeah, I think we were able to kind of get a little distance between us and second, and, just got to keep going because people are still striking, that's for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of carry issues maybe these last couple of shots.
Yeah.
Try to get matched up, but it's been a pretty good day thus far, I think, for Team USA with a 4:19 start, and then really turned it up the last few games. So I attribute that to the excellent coaching of Kim Terrell-Kearney.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah. And Kim is here this week with Steve and Liz. So head coach Rod Ross back at the training center, I presume, doing some other stuff. You guys just got done with the Junior Team USA training camp.
Oh my, yeah. That was close.
And Steve's trying to give you a heart attack back here.
Yeah, he doesn't want me on the live stream. He wants me to watch him throw a shot, apparently.
Well, we got the best view in the house right here from the live streaming, so.
Absolutely. I've been hoping to get on when they're on 9 and 10 so I can watch better ball action. But Rod's definitely left me with some pretty confident players here, so I haven't had to work terribly hard these last few days.
Yeah, Steve got off to a little bit of a slow start in the singles, but got some of those nerves under control, I think, and has been doing pretty good since then. And he was exuding confidence in that 289 game for sure.
He definitely looked
You could tell a difference.
Yeah, I think the short. He just hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity to kind of see it in action other than at training camp and in some of our team trials. So kind of watching some of the higher rev players use urethane and what that may do to his look and just getting comfortable with it. But he's smarter and he's awfully talented. So
it's interesting that our pair here, 9 and 10, with Team USA, Canada, and Colombia, there are no strings of strikes on the board right now. But if we look just one pair to the right, 3 players with the front 5.
Right.
So there's strikes out there to be had.
Yes.
It seems like. Just not a lot of strings on this pair.
Just not yet.
But
they're coming.
Yeah, the good news for Team USA, Canada, and Colombia, you guys finish on 11 and 12. So that could be potentially good news.
Yeah, there's been some scores just kind of on this end of the house. 1 through 4 have been a little bit tricky, I think, for some folks. But once you start heading down here, you start seeing more strikes. Has
the Montreal pattern today played pretty much what you thought it would?
Possibly a little more friction than I expected, kind of through the front part of the lane. Both the volumes were kind of on the higher side, so we haven't had to use a lot of surface or even pretty strong covers yet. So it may be just kind of the Kegel Training Centers, their surface and obviously the great carry that you get here.
Steve says that's how you get the 4.57 out.
Strangest leave I've ever seen.
That was a strange one a couple of days ago. Here's Karen Macano with the front 5. Venezuelans have really struggled, and now they're trying to turn it up a notch. It's not been a great day for them, but that can change in a hurry.
Yeah.
John Perez also with the front 6. It was exciting to see both Steve and Dan have the front 9 last game, or front 10, I should say. But they both ended in exact same fashion with ring 10s.
Isn't that funny?
Kind of strange. And then Dan said he missed his 10-pin on purpose so that he could get a free blizzard.
Giving away my secrets. I shouldn't be encouraging Team Canada here. But I told him to make sure that he didn't beat my guy.
That's right. He didn't. So it sounds like you're going to have to find a Dairy Queen and get him a blizzard.
We found it yesterday.
Oh, did you? Okay. So 5th frame, and Liz has a double going, and Steve with a 2-pin. Coach Kim might have to go to work here pretty soon.
Yeah. We made a ball change here. He felt like he was the one he was in, his pursuit that he was in was starting to labor a little bit, so he went to a little stronger one. He's got to get probably the right tempo, not overthrow it. It's probably not necessary on this one.
They say in the chat that Steve has 6,300 games in his career. That's a lot.
That's a lot of strikes.
Just missed 61 last game, so if you weren't tuning in. He almost got there. I thought he was going to do it. The way he was throwing the ball, and the way he was so confident, but you never know when one of those 10 pins is going to pop up at you.
Right. Off his hand, it looked like he liked it, too. He felt like it was going to go.
And Leto had the front 5 and left the super washout.
Definitely a talented field.
Yeah, there's a lot of great players in the field, and maybe that's, I think I was commenting earlier, probably one of the strongest PABCON fields I've seen.
Yeah,
field keeps getting stronger in the zone.
Right. Especially on the guys' side. I mean, we look up and we have Andres and Dan and Leto, all right in front of us here. And the first time I really had a chance to watch Jean Perez throw it, he sure he does all right.
Yeah. the lefty from Puerto Rico. I had not seen him before this week either, and leave it to Coach Jerry to find some folks to come in and start throwing strikes.
Yeah,
Puerto
they had
Rico
him
team.
tucked away, or I was missing it. But
He used to bowl on tour apparently, and
Did
was
he?
runner-up
Okay.
for Rookie of the Year one
he
year.
sure was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's been a while though.
Yeah, I absolutely remember when he was. Yeah, that's been many years.
Yeah,
Now it makes some sense. I see it.
but I had not seen him bowl in the Puerto Rico shirt for their country. But that doesn't mean he hasn't. But
Right.
I just hadn't seen him before this week.
They have definitely gotten stronger with Coach Jerry's influence, and their youth team definitely did great out in PABCONs last year in Dominican. So they've got a bright future there.
Dan McClellan in the 5th. You guys just had the Junior Team USA camp about a week ago, right?
Yeah,
And
we
all
just
the
finished
kids
up
in.
on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, and have a strong field going to Thailand for the World Youth Championships. Are you going to be heading out to Thailand for that, or are you going to be bowling the U.S. Women's Open? Or still to be determined?
Still to be determined.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I know
tough
that
call.
it's tough for us in here at Bowl TV because we would love to live stream both of them, but not possible. So we're
Right.
going to live stream the U.S. Women's Open. And it's going to be a great year for John Perez with another strike, by the way. Great year for Danielle McEwen and Marshall Kent because they get to go to Thailand and Poland
How about that?
in one same year for winning the team trials.
I think that was probably one of our in recent years, one of our better camps. We just had, some new players definitely in the program that were really kind of excited and passionate about being in the program and at the training center. And, I think it went really well. We had Dr. Dean in working with them and, doing our team building stuff. And, definitely we've got some really strong youth players. Happy to have them on our junior team. And I'm happy that Liz has a 3-bagger.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to see some strikes on the board. I guess the good news would be is that Colombia, who's right behind the U.S., is kind of going along at the same pace as Team USA. So,
Right.
they're not really losing any ground. But Puerto Rico doing pretty well as Steve leaves a 2-pin again. Kim's got her thinking cap on.
Yeah. Fear we're getting our break point a little bit too far right as
And
Liz
now
gives me the look.
Liz is giving the look back here and saying, what's going on? Steve with a spare in the first frame, a strike in the second, and then 4th consecutive single pin leave. If you need to leave, feel free. You don't have to feel committed to staying with us, but we love to have you whenever you have time.
I might sneak away for a second and just
Have a little
touch
chat?
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
that's
thank you
fine.
for having me,
Yeah,
Lucas.
thanks, Kim. Nishka Cardona up from Puerto Rico in the 8th. Thanks to Kim for stopping in for a couple of minutes while she's coaching here. John Perez from Puerto Rico with the front 7. Karen Marcano with the front 7 off to the right of our broadcast booth here. We'll keep an eye on those two and see if they continue to bowl well. We'll make sure we show you the next shots from John Perez and Karen Marcano since they have strings of strikes going. Paula Gomez finds a double. Head over to 11 and 12, where we expect to see John Perez here in just a second with the front 7. Here is John Perez, the Puerto Rican lefty, looking for the front 8. Got it. And he is hot on the heels of Marcelo Swartz in the all-events race. Marcelo 109 in the 5th and a double on the board. So Marcelo bowling well. And Marcelo up 92 pins in the all-events race. But John Perez trying to make up some ground here in the second to last game. Karen Marcano up now, front 7 for Venezuela. And the 4-pin goes late for Karen. Front 8 for Marcano, and she has a big smile on her face right now. Liz Johnson trying to make it 4 in a row. And the light 7-pin stays up. And Leto with a double. The Venezuelans trying to make up some ground here, but they're all the way down in 13th place. So, but a nice game in sight for Venezuela this time around. Felicia Wong for Canada. So while John Perez for Puerto Rico has the front 8, Neshka Cardona 134 in the 8th frame. And she gets a strike, helping her teammate out. So after the deliberation with Coach Kim, let's see what Steve Smith does here. Looked pretty good there. Looks like Steve got the ball in the right part of the lane now. A little further right. And gets the strike. Paola Gomez looking for 3 in a row. Comes up with a split. Here's John Perez, front 8 for Puerto Rico. And he'll be followed immediately by Karen Marcano, who also has the front 8 for Venezuela. Here we go. Didn't like it off his hand. Pulls it through the face, leaves the baby split. Karen Marcano gets the front 9. So we will have another player taking in the front 9 into the 10th frame here. on our Bull TV coverage. Andres, and a strike in the 8th. Steve Smith for Team USA going to try to put a double on the board here in just a moment. First, he'll take a re-rack, and we'll watch Azarette Zetter from Mexico bowl. And Azarette with a strike. By the way, John Perez did miss the baby split. 236 in the 9th frame for John Perez. There's Amleto with a spare in the 9th frame. Big story this game, though, is Karen Marcano, who has the front 9. And she will be coming up after Ernesto Franco finishes up the 10th frame. Neshika Cardona trying to finish strong here for Puerto Rico. She can max out at 194. Gets the first one in the 10th. Here's Steve Smith. 8th frame. He has struggled to strike this game. An opportunity to turn it into a double here, though. This is way right. Comes up, leaves the 2-pin. Ernesto Franco up, and once Franco finishes the 10th, we'll watch Karen Marcano with the front 9 trying to complete what would be our first 300. We had 2 players with the front 11 last game, or front 10 last game, Steve Smith and Dan McClellan, and both of them left ringing 10 pins on the second shot of the 10th. So we do have another try here coming up. Thanks everybody for tuning in this afternoon, live from the Kegel Training Center in Lake Wales, Florida. I'm Lucas Wiseman, and we are live on Bull TV, the PABCON Champion of Champions Mixed Doubles. This is game 5 of 6, one more game to go to determine who will win the medals in the mixed doubles event. Ernesto Franco. It's a double in the 10th for Mexico. He's going to be in the 240s. And that puts us one shot away from Karen Marcano with the front 9. Paola Gomez delivers a nice looking strike there. Liz Johnson is up, Team USA, in the 9th frame, looking for a double. Liz's max score of this game, 247. Watching our live coverage here on Bull TV, Lucas Wiseman with you. Karen Marcano about to step up with the front 9 for Venezuela. Here in mixed doubles, the PABCON Champion of Champions match play gets underway at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning here on Bull TV. So be sure to tune in for that. Steve Smith for Team USA. Oh, rips the rack. Takes the 7-10 out for the strike. There's a look at Karen Marcano. Karen has 9 strikes in a row heading into the 10th frame. Oh, the 4-pin. A nice run by Karen, but we will be denied once again an opportunity for a 300 game. Some great action here at the PABCON Champion of Champions today. Reminder, follow USBC on Twitter, twitter.com/USBC. Tweet at us anytime at USBC. You can follow me on Twitter at Lucas_Wiseman. 9th frame for Felicia Wong. Canada through the face, leaves the 2-4-7. See if Karen can make the spare here in the 10th. So Karen will shoot in the 270s this game. Andres Gomez. John Perez strikes out for 266. Puerto Rico 460 this game. So 460 for Puerto Rico. They were, I believe, in 4th place coming into this game. Dan McClellan for Canada in the 9th frame. Three in a row for Dan. Entering the 10th frame, he will have a chance to shoot 247 this game. Puerto Rico was in 3rd place coming into this game, and with 460, they will move ahead of Colombia and into 2nd place. Although Swartz and Santos from Brazil could jump the Puerto Ricans potentially. As they are bowling well down on lanes 1 and 2. Question in our chat: what can I do to help get a sport league or PBA Experience League started in my area? There are none anywhere near me. Contact our USBC Sport Bowling Department at headquarters, and they can give you some information on how you might be able to get one started in your area. You can go to bowl.com/sportbowling, or you can call 1-800-514-BOWL and ask for the Sport Bowling Department. Again, that phone number, 1-800-514-BOWL, 2695. Liz Johnson has strung together 3 strikes in a row now, as we're in the 10th frame for the second to last game of the mixed doubles competition. And Liz with a 2-4-5. So Liz will shoot 234 this game with the spare. 206 for Andres Gomez this game. Venezuela with 279 out of Marcano, 239 out of Monticelli. They're so far down in the standings that it's hard to envision them getting into medal contention, but a game like that certainly could do it. They're going to need another game like that to get into medal contention. They'll definitely move up the standings quite a bit with that game, though. Steve Smith ready to close out this game. He can strike out for 217. That would give Team USA 451. Double for Steve. Marcelo Swartz, 259. So Marcelo definitely in the driver's seat for the all events. He's going to have about an 85 pin lead or so going into the last game in the all events race. So looks like Marcelo Swartz will probably win the men's all events gold medal. Second shot in the 10th for Steve Smith. Oh, trips it out for the three-bagger. And that'll get Team USA to 450, and Liz Johnson says, throw a good one now. You probably heard that on our crowd cam, or crowd mic, I should say. Steve's going to make a ball change for the fill. Looks like Team USA will still be up by about 100 at least going into the final game in the quest for the mixed doubles gold medal. As we are wrapping up game 5. Dan McClellan working on 4 strikes in a row, second shot in the 10th. Blowout 7. Seen quite a few blowout 7s here. Dan will shoot 236 with the spare. Tomorrow morning we'll be back on the air at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time with match play. Gomez with her 3rd consecutive strike. She can get to 236 this game and beat her brother by 30 pins. Andres only shot 206 this time around. Seven pin for Gomez, so she'll be in the 220s, 225 with the spare. We will take a commercial break here for a couple of minutes as we are going to be between games. The final game of the mixed doubles coming up in just a couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. We're going to determine our mixed doubles gold medalists. And it looks like Team USA will have a great shot to win it. They're going to be up by about 100 pins going into the last game. We'll have a full recap of the standings for you when we come back here on Bowl TV.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
My teammates, we all were looking for another challenge to make our game a little bit better, and the Sport League was the first step in doing so. So we tried it. We found the flaws in our game, and you know, when you go on a house shot, you do pretty well, and you think you're a good bowler, and then you go on a tougher condition, and it really brings you back down to earth, and you know you have to work on some things.
How has the sport bowling experience helped you with tournament play and competitive play? Because when you get out somewhere where there's a different pattern, you feel like you probably have a little bit of advantage.
Sure, experience is the key. So, you know, having the sport, understanding that there are different patterns and different ways to play the pattern. Now, when you go to a tournament, if you're one-dimensional, you're finished. But if you have an idea of, oh, I can move here, change ball, rotation, all these other factors, now you have a little bit better arm to face that condition.
Bowl TV has a new address. All of the video features, coaching tips, and live events you've been watching for years are still available on bowl.com, but now there's a new YouTube home for all things bowling. Bowl TV has its own channel, and it's so easy to find. YouTube.com/Bowl TV. That's it, and you never know what you'll see. If you've previously been following us on the Grow the Sport channel, it will still be there, but very soon all new videos will only be available on the Bowl TV channel. So please take the time to subscribe today. That way you'll be among the first to know as soon as a new video is posted or a live event gets underway. There are big things happening on Bowl TV. Don't miss a minute. Click on subscribe and let the good times roll.
The United States Bowling Congress is shaping the future of bowling, helping kids learn the sport the right way and awarding thousands of scholarships every year. USBC supports Special Olympics and America's Best when they go for the gold as the home and heart of Team USA. We're reaching for new heights in research, raising the bar with spectacular national tournaments, and have raised millions of dollars to help fight cancer and support veterans. Visit bowl.com to learn more.
So we're in the final game of the mixed doubles now here at the Kegley Training Center. Still waiting on updated standings to come in. Hopefully they will be coming in soon. So still waiting on the updated standings to come in, the correct updated standings. Team USA should be in the lead by about 100 pins, I believe. It's going to be a race for the silver between Colombia and Brazil, as well as Puerto Rico. Andres Gomez sends the messenger across the deck for the strike for Colombia. A double to start for Andres here in Game 6. Based on everything I've seen in the all-event standings, Liz Johnson is going to be the gold medalist in the women's all events. Marcelo Swartz should have about an 85-pin lead or so in the men's all events standings going into the last game. So it looks like Liz and Marcelo will likely win their respective all events titles. I haven't seen any updates to the national all events, but I would assume that Team USA is in the lead in that category as well. Steve Smith, second frame. So Steve Smith with the spare, 3-6-10. It looks like we've got some corrected standings now. So Team USA in the lead by 107 pins in the mixed doubles over Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico in second place. USA at 23-38. So 2-3-3-8 for the USA. Puerto Rico at 2-2-3-1, 22-31 for Puerto Rico. Columbia is third, 22-12. They are 19 pins behind second place. Fourth place is Brazil at 21.75. Guatemala is in fifth at 21.50. Costa Rica in sixth place. Canada seventh. Venezuela eighth. Dominican ninth. Curacao 10th. And El Salvador in 11th place. Mexico 12th, followed by Aruba, Argentina, Ecuador, and Peru. I believe we have some medal ceremonies coming up after this. Medal ceremonies for the doubles, individual all events, and the national all events will be coming up when we are done with this game. And we will stay on the air and bring you coverage of that. After this game ends tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we begin the individual masters, the men's round of 8, followed by the women's round of 8, and then the semifinals will all take place at the same time for the men and the women. Liz Johnson has 3 in a row to start this game for Team USA. Steve Smith, strike, spare, spare. Andres Gomez also has the front 3. For those of you wondering about the mixed doubles standings, they just handed me a hard copy, and I took a picture of it and tweeted it. So if you want to see the full standings for the mixed doubles, you can go to my Twitter account, twitter.com/Lucas_Wiseman. Posted that link in the chat, so go there and you'll find my latest post, which is going to have the standings for the mixed doubles, the full standings. It's USA first, Puerto Rico second, Colombia third, Brazil fourth currently. And while you're there, go ahead and follow me as well. Hopefully that'll help out some folks who are curious about the standings. So look at Liz Johnson. She has the front 3 here in the final game of the day. Another strike for LJ. See Coach Kim over there. Steve, loosen it up, Liz. Steve is kind of been along for the ride here. Liz beating him by 56 pins. Felicia Wong leaves the 7 pin. Look at the messenger come flying across there for Steve Smith. Don't have any information on the Masters, mixed doubles Masters. That's based on national all events. Probably won't have those results until after everybody is done. Women's all events, Liz Johnson in the lead by 300 pins on Sofia Granda. Sofia leads Paola Gomez by 3 heading into the last game. On the men's side, still Marcelo Swartz in the lead by 85 pins. Andres Gomez in third. Dan McClellan fourth. So Gomez and McClellan will battle it out for the last medal spot. And right now the advantage is Dan McClellan. I mean for Andres Gomez. Andres with 32 pin lead, and Andres has the front 4. Dan spare double, and now an 8 count. See if Andres can make it the front 5. Oh, sends the pin in front of the 9. I think Andres liked that one a lot. Liz Johnson with the front 4. And Liz mixes them up for another strike. Peeking down on 1 through 4. You can see Marcelo with a strike there. Marcelo strike spare double. So Swartz well on his way to the men's all events gold medal here. Looks like it's going to come down to Puerto Rico, Colombia And Brazil for the, or maybe Guatemala for the second and third place positions. Team USA looks like they're on their way to a gold medal here in the mixed doubles. But still a fight for second and third. Dan McClellan. Currently, Dan outside the medal positions in the all events race. 32 pins behind Andres, and he has lost 21 pins more this game. So Dan down more than 50 pins with half a game to go. So not looking too promising for Dan McClellan to medal in the all events at this rate. Liz Johnson, 5 in a row. Oh, a blowout 7 for LJ. Got a nice up-close shot of it there, too. Liz shooter spare here. No problem. John Perez from Puerto Rico. Strike spare 3-bagger for John Perez. Neshka Cardona, open, strike spare. So Neshka struggling a little bit this game. But John Perez trying to hold her up. Steve Smith with 3 strikes in a row now for Team USA. Back over to 1 through 4. Santos for Brazil shooting a single pin. Two pin for Dan McClellan. Marcelo leaves the 10 pin. You can see Neshka off to the left. John Perez just left a 7-pin. Marcelo Swartz left a 10-pin. Trying to do some math in my head, try to figure out some of these scores for second and third. John Janowitz is back from doing his real work to come and have fun with us on the live stream.
Yeah, finally got everything all situated. Should be all ready to go for Monday. So I got all my packing done and went down the checklist of all the things I need to bring to Hong Kong. So should be good to go for the rest of the way here.
Well, the good news is, at least from your perspective as a Team USA member, Team USA looks like they're going to win the gold medal here today in the mixed doubles.
Ah, very cool.
But it's a pretty tight race for second and third.
Let's see latest standings here.
Puerto Rico is in second place. Colombia is third, and they are 19 pins back of second.
Okay. All right.
And then Brazil is 56 pins back of second place.
Okay.
Guatemala 81 pins back. So I've been trying to keep an eye on lanes 1 through 4 because that's where Puerto Rico, Brazil, and Guatemala are.
Okay.
But at the rate that Colombia is going, they're looking pretty solid so far this game.
Yep. Well, definitely a good start.
Puerto Rico bowling pretty decent. 119 in the fifth for John Perez, a spare in the sixth, and Neshika got off to a slow start, only a 75 in the fifth, so it's kind of hindering them a little bit.
Yep.
These late stages of the competition. And Marcelo and Rosalie are also doing pretty decent. Double 9 spare for Santos to start, and Marcelo strike spare, double spare.
Okay.
Guatemalans really aren't doing much. One double through the halfway point.
Treading water.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Guatemala is probably going to be in the hunt here. If I had to guess, I would say it'll probably come down to Puerto Rico and Colombia, and Brazil an outside shot to get in there for a medal.
All right. Did I miss anything exciting last game? No 300s or?
Karen Marcano had the front 9.
Okay.
Yep, left a single pin. That was the most excitement that we had. Other than that, it was just kind of, back to normal. You can see from the scores in the fifth game, 450, 460, 430, 440, 430, 440. Just a lot of consistent bowling. Venezuela were the only ones that really popped to the big score.
All right, yeah, fueled by Karen's front 9, so.
And now we're flying blind because the live scoring has decided it wants to go away. That's never good. So I guess that there are a lot of people trying to watch it.
Yeah, it looks like it's now going to be taped before a live for a studio audience.
Yeah, so we'll have some trouble getting you updates from the low end now, but we'll have to wait and see. One thing we will know is if Colombia bowls a huge game here, then, well, I just jinxed Pal. Not much for that.
The Lucas Wiseman Maloik there for the for the double pinnacle.
Yeah, big 4 for Gomez, and they still have a decent game going here, even with an open coming up. Here's Liz. Liz might win the all events by 350 pins or so. She's actually literally up 300 pins.
Oh, wow.
And on the field.
Yeah.
And, looking to add to it this game.
Literally could have just quit 8 frames ago. Okay.
Yeah, she really doesn't have to do a whole lot this, down the stretch here.
How's the all events for the men here shaping up?
It looks like Marcelo will take the gold medal, and Liz going to take the women's, and Andres and Dan were pretty close for the bronze. And Andres has kind of jumped out to a little bit more than a 50-pin lead, almost 60-pin lead with 3 frames to go. So looks like it'll probably go Brazil, Puerto Rico, Colombia, if I had to guess.
Yeah, definitely some pretty good gap there in between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So yeah, it shouldn't change a whole lot here by looking at it.
Steve Smith goes through the face again, leaves 3-6-10 after leaving the 3-6-9-10 last frame. There's a look down on 1 through 4. John Perez just looks like he struck. Andres Gomez, 3 in a row for him. He's almost locked into a medal now.
Yeah, especially shooting 279. Yep.
I don't see any possible mathematical scenario where Dan McClellan could catch him trailing by more than 30 pins and coming into the game. As for the mixed doubles, it's going to be pretty close, I think. It's too close to tell, other than the U.S. winning. After that, it's going to be Puerto Rico, Colombia, Brazil in the hunt for the final 2 medals. And we don't have any score updates from down there. Let's refresh this and see if we can get live. Yep, we got live scoring back. How about that? Let's get some refreshing.
All right.
See what happened while we were away. Well, Neshka Cardona got a double, so that'll help her cause. And John Perez also bowling well. So next question would be, how are the Brazilians doing? And Santos bowling pretty well, double, spare, double. While Marcelo kind of continuing to cruise along with 1 double this game and some spares.
Yeah, you're right. They'll probably be a little tough for Brazil, though, to catch Colombia.
Yeah, with the way that Andres is bowling,
could
be the difference. I think in order for Brazil to medal, they probably are going to have to find a way to catch Puerto Rico. The way that John Perez is bowled, it seems like it would be a tall task. And you can see Marcelo down there shooting a single pin, looks like a 10 pin.
Going at about a 208 pace, 209 pace.
Yeah, with Andres already really in the 230s here. It seems as though Brazil will not catch Colombia. Oh, and Marcelo misses it. I think a couple of big shots coming up here in the 8th frame for Puerto Rico. We'll try to keep an eye on it. Looks like Neshka's up now. They could really almost lock up a medal with a couple of strikes here in the 8th frame, I think. She didn't like it. Leaves
looks like a flat 10 to me.
10 pin.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like she liked it off her hand. I think Andres a chance here to almost guarantee mixed doubles medal.
Yep. Nice shot there.
Yep. And he's definitely locked into the all events bronze medal. Don't think he will be able to catch John Perez for the silver, though.
Yeah,
a little too big of a gap.
73 pins, yeah. You have to have a total collapse by John Perez for that to happen.
Yeah, John Perez, 139 in the 6th and a strike in the 7th. So seems unlikely.
Yeah.
John Perez up now, left side of your screen. it a split? Looks like it is. Looks like it's a 3-7.
Yep, 3-7. Making things a little interesting here toward the end.
Someone asked in the chat if Steve Smith is in the top 8 for the Masters tomorrow. He is. He's in 5th place and won't have any problem staying in the top 8. So Steve will bowl tomorrow in the individual Masters as well as the mixed doubles Masters. John Perez with the open frame. That'll give him 167 in the 8th frame.
Well, that's
not quite out of the wood for Andres yet to catch him.
Andres does need to strike out.
That would force John Perez to get a couple of marks.
Yep, get a couple of marks and some good count.
Again, that's for an all events medal. Paulo Gomez a chance for a double here for Colombia in the 9th. And then they are looking pretty locked in for probably the silver medal.
Yeah, definitely locked in for the bronze.
Yeah, they were only trailing Puerto Rico by 19 pins.
Yep.
And with Andre shooting 260, 270 here. And
Dan McClellan blowing out the 1-2-4 from the rear end there.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Saw everybody clapping.
For the 3-bagger. Let's see what Andres does here with coming the 10th, make things a little interesting.
Not sure that he even knows the situation. I doubt it.
Yeah, a lot of times that's usually the best way.
Yeah, so Andres really needs to strike out to have a chance at the silver in all events.
Yep.
That's the first one.
Yep. It is leading by 73, or trailing by 73, so.
He shoots 279. That would force John Perez to shoot 204.
Yeah, 204, so yeah.
That would
2
force
marks
John Perez
and some
mark
count.
A couple
Yep.
times. Here's Liz Johnson, 10th frame. She is no surprise going to shoot in the 240s, 250s this game.
Yeah.
It's been about our average this week, it seems.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Let's see Almiguera there down on lane 3. Neshka Cardona about to go in the 9th. Her max score 204. The best they can shoot, the Puerto Rico can shoot, is plus 31 this game as a team. That's a good shot for a strike.
Yep.
Andres.
Yep.
Yep. So Andres will get into the 270s, and that locks up a
locks the bronze.
It locks a silver medal up, I think, in the mixed doubles.
Yeah,
here.
you're right.
Yeah, because Puerto Rico can only shoot 31 over. Andres 79 over by himself, and Paola is in the 200s with just a mark.
Right.
So they'll be about 80 over, and that would be enough because they trailed by 19. So I don't see anybody else who can pass them. Brazil, not really. Well, Brazil's hanging around, but there's 56 pins off second and 37 behind Colombia. It's not quite. They're not quite out of the wood yet.
Nope.
They got a chance.
Nope.
So Andre shoots 278. And that forces John Perez to get 2 marks here in the final 2 frames, and here he is.
Yep.
That would be for the silver medal in all events. There's a strike.
That's a pretty good one.
Liz Johnson finishes with 258 and shoots about 500,000 over for the 6 games today. Well, she was 197 over coming into that game, so Liz 255 over, I think.
Yep, it's 240 plus.
Yep. An important shot here for Santos. on lane 3. She's working on 3 in a row. Went through the face. Left a, looks like a baby split. Steve Smith, 10th frame. Wrapping up a gold medal kind of day for the mixed doubles team from the USA.
Potential 490, the last team game.
Yeah, when you're up by more than 100, 490's pretty good. Not a whole lot to worry about.
No.
So we'll have to see how Paola Gomez finishes out for Columbia. If she were to strike out, well, let's just assume she's going to spare here. Then that would give her 202. If she goes 9 spare strike, that would give Columbia 80 over this game.
Right.
Which means that Brazil would need 517 to pass them, and I just don't think that's going to happen.
And
especially
after Rosalie opening, actually now that's mathematically done. So
the next question is, who's going to get the bronze in the mixed doubles? We know that the United States will take the gold, Colombia will take the silver. Who's going to take the bronze? Let's figure that out now. 56 pins, Brazil was behind Puerto Rico by. Puerto Rico can max out at plus 31 this game. And Brazil can max out at 34 and 17. So 51. So it looks like Puerto Rico's in pretty good shape to stay ahead. Take a look at Marcelo Swartz, who is going to win the men's all events gold medal. Leaves the 10 pin there, so get pretty close to out of the question for them to win a medal here in the mixed doubles, but especially with both Puerto Ricans working on strikes going into the 10th frame.
It's got a little bit of a close race here for the silver for the women's all events here between Sophia and Paola.
Yep.
3 pins, and Sophia bowling right now. Potential 227. Paola potential 223.
So very close.
Yep. Oh.
And John Janowitz learning the jinx, the ways of the jinx.
Yes, it's that lane man in me, I guess.
So Paola will shoot 202 at the spare,
which will force Sophia to shoot at least 205. Excuse me, 199 then.
And she's on pace to do that.
Yep. 2 marks.
John Perez needs a mark in the 10th to win the silver in the men's all events. And he will be coming up in just a moment after Neshka finishes up. Try to keep an eye on Sofia Granda.
Paola finishes with 202. So
Sofia on the right side of your screen getting ready to step up. So I guess she just needs a couple of marks to get the silver.
Yep, count's not really too big of a factor here.
Well, that's a good mark right there.
Yeah.
Gotta like when you put all 10 back.
Always the safe mark. Yeah.
So any kind of mark for Sofia will give her the silver in the women's all events. So looks like Paola Gomez may settle for the bronze in the women's all events, but she will get the silver in the mixed doubles with her brother Andres. So still a couple of important shots coming up. So a small amount of drama for some secondary medal positions. John Perez will be up next on lane 1. Starting to think it was worth it to run that camera down there this morning, just in case.
Yep.
We can see the action here. Only one camera, so that's why we have the wide shot of 4 lanes.
Right.
You're able to see
It's all right.
good enough.
Lucas is always thinking ahead.
Trying. I don't want to get stuck with nothing to talk about. Here's John Perez. Needs a mark for the silver medal in all events. Yeah, look at the reaction.
You think
he
knew
must
it?
have known.
his math, obviously. He's obviously doing the math.
He's got Jerry doing the numbers for him back there.
Yep.
That's a good reaction, though. That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell he wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to win the silver in the all events.
Yep. So that's settled, and
so now just the women's.
The women's all events, women's individual all events now.
We'll have to keep an eye to see when Sophia's going to be up, because she's going to be on lane 4, so we won't be able to tell when she's on the approach. But Marcelo still has to pull the 10th before Sophia will be up. Steve Smith wants to show everybody his Superman.
Yep. The Steve Smith. That's right.
There it is.
Often imitated, never ever duplicated.
Steve waving to his fans. Some more pictures for the fan page there. I'm sure that Steve runs over to check his phone, which I'm sure is blowing up right now.
Well, we're waiting for Sophia to come up in the 10th frame. Where are the travels of Worldwide Wiseman going to be taking him in the next couple weeks?
Fortunately, the travels of Worldwide Wiseman will take me to my recliner. I don't have any work travel until the middle of June for the U.S. Women's Open.
Okay.
Or for the senior Masters and then the U.S. Women's Open.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Pretty relaxed.
All right,
The
excellent.
goal in the next couple of weeks is to try to plan a vacation somewhere.
Excellent.
Not sure where to yet, but it's on the agenda.
All right, perfect.
Somewhere out of the country, hopefully.
All right. Any particular favorite spots you're kind of eyeing, or
anywhere with a beach?
Okay, there we go.
I was talking to some of the folks from Curacao and Aruba, thinking about that. You know.
Yeah.
Dominican's always a possibility.
Right.
It's nice and cheap down there.
Yep. Not a long flight either, so that always makes it easy.
Barbados would be another good one. They have nonstop flights from Dallas.
Right. Okay.
Americans. The life of a world traveler. Right?
Yeah, I tell you. Somebody's got to do it.
Once you get the passport and you start traveling the world, it changes your perspective on things for sure.
Absolutely. Yep.
There's just so much out there to see. As we watch the final shots here of the final game of mixed doubles. Again, 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning we'll start with the Masters competition.
And the men bowling first?
Yep. Okay. Men have to get up early, although I'm sure most of the women will be here too. It's going to be pretty fast. It's only one-game matches.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Is that the way it's been in the past when you bowled? It's hard to remember, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a couple years, but I thought there were maybe two game,
two out of three or something.
Yeah.
I think in the interest of being able to fit it all in one day in a small
Right.
bowling center, I think they went to one game.
Yep.
I
think also this is the most amount of teams or countries
Really?
represented. Also, I think from what I remembered, compared to the last two Championship of the Champions.
You know, one team that's one country that's missing that's normally at our PABCON events is the Bahamas.
Yeah. Yes.
Surprised they're not here.
Yeah. You are right.
Usually we see them just about everywhere we go, and being that this is not too far from them.
If I remember right, they were at the last one.
Yeah.
They were definitely the
surprised
last
they didn't
one.
come out. Maybe you never know with some countries, maybe lack of funding, or maybe they just didn't have anybody who had the time to come and compete.
Right.
But we certainly miss our friends from the Bahamas.
Absolutely. Good people.
think that Sophia should be up here in just a moment.
Yep.
If Marcelo has one more ball to go. See Marcelo back.
I think as Almy finishes out, yep, that'll be.
I think Marcelo has one more shot. Yep. Yeah, he does. We're just waiting to see if Sofia Granda can muster a mark in the 10th frame to lock up the silver medal in women's all events. The medalist in the mixed doubles was USA first, Colombia second, and I think we went ahead and declared Puerto Rico as the bronze.
Yep.
And the men's all events, Marcelo Swartz with the gold, John Perez of Puerto Rico with the silver, and Andres Gomez of Colombia with the bronze. The women's side, Liz Johnson with the gold.
Same order was for the singles, I think, too, for the men's. Yep.
And it'll be pretty close to the same order for the women. With, 12 of the 18 games coming in the singles. Not a lot of games for things to change too much.
All right.
Sophia getting ready to step up, I think.
Yep.
There she is. She's on the approach. You can't quite see her, but you'll see her come into the picture on the far right side of your screen.
Yep. There we go. Mark for the silver. Oh.
Got it. Buried it.
That locks up the silver medal for Sofia Granda. Finishing out the 10th. Trip to 6, now trip to 4. Should be in the 220s. 227 potential here with one more strike on the fill ball.
In addition to doing live streaming here, I'm helping people find their cell phones. That's why I was quiet for a second there.
You are a jack of all trades,
That's
Lucas.
Right. Well, somebody left their cell phone on my table here, and it was causing some disruption in the audio signal.
Okay.
So we had to relocate it.
Yeah, the vibrating part, right? Yep.
And so having them find his cell phone. But well, congratulations to all the medalists. We're going to hang around, and the medal ceremonies are going to be coming up next. John, thanks for sitting in.
Yep.
Appreciate it. And safe travels to Hong Kong on Monday, and good luck in the tournament this weekend. Hope you bring home not the gold medal, but the the green dollars.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully it'll be a good weekend, and always good to go back to Hong Kong, one of my favorite world cities. So thanks for having me again, Lucas. Appreciate it.
Team USA member John Janowitz sitting in. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the start of the medal ceremony.
competition. We'd like to see the stands full for sure. Like to see some yelling and screaming instead of a golf tournament. Makes it a lot more fun. Get on your Facebook and text and get some folks out here. Right, Vernon? Tweet. So we need to start migrating behind 11-12. Team USA, Team Colombia, and Team Puerto Rico. Present the medals for the mixed doubles competition for the PABCON Champion of Champions. In third place from Puerto Rico, Nesta Cardona and Jean Perez. Bronze medal. And the bronze medal was entitled Chris Chartron. Finishing in second place, Team Colombia with the silver medal, Paula Gomez and Andres Gomez. Team Colombia. Is anyone okay will be presenting them with the medals? Our champions in first place, Team USA, Liz Johnson, Steve Smith with the gold medal. Give them a hand. tomorrow, 8:30. Singles. Top 8. And then women. Come one, come on.
Okay.
All right. Want some good food? Manny's tonight. Carrabba's. Sizzling Grill right down the road. The Sizzling Grill, not the Western Sizzle. The Sizzling Grill.
Yeah.
That's about it. See you, Dale.